Alright, you delightful human beings, and welcome back to the channel, or welcome if you're new here. I'm Christina, aka That Variety, and today we're gathered here to watch our stories. We're here to watch Monday Night Raw. We are on the road to SummerSlam shenanigans. So how many shenanigans will go down? Probably a lot. I don't know. It's Monday Night Raw. We have these stupid groups that are still going, so we gotta see what happens. I gotta tell y'all something that's just throwing me off while I'm planning like my little itinerary slowly but surely for SummerSlam. And it's basically like I have to go into my Google Calendar and put the times in like Central Time, and then when I press save, it goes back to Eastern Time. It's just throwing me off a lot. To give you guys some context, I have never traveled to a different time zone. Like I technically did when I was like 3 when we went on family vacation out to California, but I was like 3, so I like barely remember it. So like any vacationing in anywhere that I have been to has been in Eastern Standard Time. So like, I'm just like, I don't know what to necessarily expect other than my Google Calendar just being a little funky for a few minutes. I'm literally Googling stupid questions at this point. Like, what happens when I go into the airplane and we go into a new time zone? It's so stupid. I literally look like just so stupid by my search history. Nonetheless, we're penciling in shows when we can. We're waiting for like meet and greets and stuff like that to roll out and that sort of thing. For now, I at least have like the WrestleCon days. I have like SummerSlam penciled in, and then I have like one show that I got tickets for already. So that's exciting. Either way, the trip is in almost 3 weeks, which is just crazy because we've been planning and like saving and everything for this trip for like literally over a year now. And I'm like, oh my God, this is actually happening. This is actually happening. So either way, I'm excited. I want to see what shenanigans go down here tonight because I'm a little bit more invested, like selfishly, even if it's like what is happening here. I'm still invested. I want to see where it goes because again, we're going. Either way, we're in Chicago. I have a feeling I know who's coming back, so let's just jump right into things, people. Grab your snacks, grab your choice of beverage, get comfy and cozy, make sure that you're taking care of yourselves, make sure that you're taking care of your mental health, make sure that you're looking out for each other, don't fall for a pyramid scheme, grift, etc., MLM, whatever, and let's just jump right into it, people. Alrighty, everybody. We've got Seth Rollins kicking off Monday Night Raw, but we had a lot of drama just happen backstage, to say the least. Yes, we know you, Seth. He has acknowledged the obligatory CM Punk chants. His words, not mine. He's not his business at the moment. Well, I mean, he was the former World Heavyweight Champion. Isn't Punk supposed to go back for his title at some point? And they're in Chicago, right? Obligatory OTC chant. You're not obligated to cheer for people that you're supposed to maybe not cheer for, because I don't know how and why we're supposed to cheer for Roman Reigns at this point, to be completely honest. Or he couldn't handle the smoke in Chicago because they're a brutal wrestling crowd. I feel like that's also a viable option too, right? I mean, he's here every other week, but it's so funny. They're like, Roman Reigns returns, and I'm like, he's literally just been gone for like 1 week. There's so many people on these shows that are like gone for like weeks and months at a time, and it's like, wait, what happened to this person? Nobody wants to hold Roman Reigns accountable ever. Oh lordy, the chosen one. Yeah, I would assume that wouldn't settle right with you. At least he's saying it, right? Because like some people are like, oh, I just want to, you know, make it to WWE. And it's like, no, come on, go further in there, you know, go get the titles, go get the manias, you know, that sort of thing. But at the same time, though, like Seth and Roman, they were tag team champions. Like they didn't get a singles title until I think what, like after the Shield, something like that. So like, how were they both like? How is he behind? It is petty, but at least you're acknowledging it's petty, Seth. At least he's acknowledging it. What'd he say? Yeah, I wouldn't blame you, Seth. Okay, but like money has to be part of it somehow. We got bills to pay. Listen, I'm a household of one. That's like the first thing that would probably be in my brain. How much am I getting paid? They're like trying to set us up so that way we know that like Roman's gonna retain at SummerSlam, but are they gonna swerve us? Like what's going on here? You need that title back, Seth. I think we all need that, Seth, to be honest. Oh, I did not expect this to happen. By the way, I'm pretty sure I have to dip out for a moment because I think my groceries are getting delivered. So if there's a bit of a jump cut, that's what happened. And they're probably not gonna let me pause, right? Well, they're gonna let me pause, but they're not gonna let me like pick up where I left off. But I was wondering about this because like technically LA Knight already beat Seth, but like he didn't beat Seth, right? Like that whole injury situation, right? Like I think they're at 1 apiece, although Seth won by shenanigans, right? Because I think that's what happened. It was Seth that won by shenanigans, and LA Knight then, no, it was the reversal. It was LA Knight that beat Seth due to shenanigans, and then Seth beat LA Knight due to shenanigans. on the road to SummerSlam shenanigans. Oh my god, they're actually circling back to this. I love me some continuity. He's just not having any of it with all the Bloodline and their shenanigans. Can we make this a triple threat match, please, and thank you? Selfishly, please. He's not wrong. That's what we've been saying. Like, why did Jay get that #1 contenders opportunity, like, last week on SmackDown? I mean, I get that, like, Braun Breaker, like, is not, like, you know, like, he's up there, right? He's gotta be up there, but still. He's calling out the shenanigans. He's just so fed up with everything. The people are cheering for this. They're all so fed up, although it could be Chicago, too. They're cheering for LA Knight. They're cheering for him. Keep going, Chicago. We appreciate you, Chicago. It's true. Weren't we just saying that we need to give LA Knight his flowers like a week or two ago? Well, we always say that around here, to be honest. And the vision that Seth started in the first place, too. Yeah, he's going through the lore. See, that's what I'm saying. I feel like we're going in circles. Even though one guy's like, keep going, keep going. You tell him. This is great. Seth, look at what you pulled, like, last summer with faking an injury and everything. Like, you were the last one to talk and be like, you done? You done? You started the vision in the first place. The Visionless vision, I should say. Did we ever establish why these two don't like each other? He was literally the workhorse for the last 2 years, right? Like, had the most matches on the men's side of things, something like that. Nope, his time, it needs to be here. Come on, I'm manifesting this. Selfishly. Well, CM Punk never got his rematch, Seth. Like, where does he fall into the mix? I don't know, but I want to see where things go. See, this is a little bit more interesting because we're circling back to this. Yay, continuity. You know what? Like, I'm going to give this a double thumbs up, mostly on the basis of continuity, and we got LA Knight on a microphone, and just, he got the people behind him here. Because, like, I mean, to a certain degree, the people were like, okay, yep, that makes sense, this makes sense, okay. But they were behind this dude. Oh my god, seriously? Oh, Bloodline shenanigans to kick things off, quite literally. Good lord. I swear, you really need a buddy system on this show. We've been saying that for a while, but yeah, nonetheless, I'm gonna go ahead and give this a double thumbs up. Give me a second here. Double thumbs up for continuity and also for LA Knight on a microphone. I think that's reasonable. And he's getting closer to the title with each week. That's my thought process right now. I'm trying to manifest some energy here. Anyway, let's see what happens moving forward. I'm just glad that they revisited this whole situation. Give us like a good 15-minute match with Seth Rollins and LA Knight that we can appreciate with no shenanigans, no interference, nothing. But of course, we're probably not going to get that, right? Right? All right, everybody, we've got the Visionless Vision going up against the Street Profits for the World Tag Team titles. Of course, the Street Profits won the title in part due to Joe Hendry and in part due to Seth Rollins about 2 weeks ago here on the show. And so this is the Visionless Vision's rematch. So Cody's supposed to get a rematch, but that was a whole thing at the start of the show with Cody and Gunther. There was a whole thing with Nick Aldis and Gunther again, kind of like how they had the little like exclusive or whatever of like those two battling it out and that sort of thing. Or at least like Gunther was trying to go after Nick Aldis. It was a whole thing. But anyway, so Cody got attacked by Gunther, and so Gunther and Sami had a moment backstage. So that's how we kicked off the show. And then of course we had Seth Rollins and all the Roman Reigns stuff, and thankfully LA Knight was out here. So that made things a little bit more interesting and nougaty and that sort of thing. And now we've got the tag team title match, and yeah, we're here, people. By the way, I love how they're not even like using Central Time for SummerSlam, even though Minneapolis is in Central Time. Oh, there was a whole thing with Paul Heyman in the backstage area too. So like there's a lot that's happening. There's a lot that is happening tonight. There you go, Dawkins. There goes Braun Breaker. Yeah, that would do it. That's one way to go to the break. Alrighty, we're back from the break, and I was listening to the shenanigans that were going on during the break, and they're just like, inspire and uplift, just like Logan Paul. And I'm like, well, one thing's for sure, he certainly inspires me to be a good noodle, because he's certainly not a good noodle. Just saying. Alrighty, Braun Breaker kicked out. Montez Ford is in. There's so much just yap about already. We're not even, yeah, we are kind of far to the show. Oh my god, it's 8:40. I think that could be it. I think that might be it. But I mean, mean, they took a little too long over there. There we go. Braun Breaker's back in the ring. Broke up the pin there. Austin Theory was probably cooked there, and then Braun Breaker made the save. All right, I got an update. My groceries should be here in about 10 minutes, so I might have to dip out at that point. So if we're missing something, we're missing something. Logan Paul, get out of here. Get this man out of here. Oh, he tossed the knuckles and the ref caught him. Throw the knuckles at him. Oh, he's got a second pair. Who carries around 2 pairs of brass knuckles? Oh, no. Oh, but Dawkins got him. Oh, no. There we go. Montez Ford just took out Braun Breaker there. The referee's taking his good old time just getting rid of Logan Paul. Oh, Dawkins has the knuckles. I mean, isn't that champion's advantage technically right? Like if they get DQ'd? Oh, no. Maxxine Dupri. Did they ever establish like if her theory were a thing? Oh, Lord, they got another member. I'm tapping out of this freaking group. Not more people in this freaking group. Oh, I'm so tired of this freaking group, everyone. I'm so tired. Oh, this is gonna be so insufferable. Love wins. Did we establish that they were just hooking up, or like what was going on there? Because we didn't establish this. Like, are they like an actual thing? Once again, they never established these things. My apologies for crashing out, but my God. So Maxxine Dupri can barely hold on to her own title, so she basically helps out the Visionless Vision and joins the Universe Mode group to effectively get them the tag team titles back. So you're telling me that Logan Paul, Austin Theory, and Braun Breaker combined couldn't get the job done? Get rid of this stupid group. God, I'm so tired of this group. And it's only gonna get worse. It's only gonna get worse. Like, I mean, if there's some character development here for, like, Austin Theory and Maxxine, sure, which, like, so far possible. Even Braun Breaker's like, wait, what? like, this just makes the Vision just look, I don't know. I don't even know what to make of any of this. Alrighty, everyone, so my groceries got delivered literally right before the match was starting for the Women's Intercontinental Championship matchup, so I had to take care of that. But we're back for Paul Heyman's nonsense. Oh yeah, that whole situation was like Paul basically like on his last leg with like the Vision. He's like, I'm tired of you people pretty much, like go do something. And he gave Maxxine props, so, cause like she actually did something. But Paul Heyman is about to talk about Femi, cause we gotta get that build up to the dude in the second row that's like doing the Oba strut. Man, I gotta think that person like right behind him is like, oh my God, this freaking dude. Sit down. He saunters down the aisle. That's what Paul just said. Paul, what are you talking about? Okay, at least we're kind of circling back to everything a little bit. So does like Oba just not get his title match that he earned at King of the Ring? Like, did he just kind of forfeit it? Because that's kind of what's assumed. Did we ever get that established? I understand that Adam Pearce is technically running both shows, right? But like, still. Okay, well, Paul just threw the microphone. Oh, there's Oba Femi. Paul, you might want to stay there for a minute. That, or you could leave like through the crowd. That might be a good option too. Listen to the crowd. The crowd's understanding the assignment. The Chicago crowd just seems to understand the assignment. I don't know if I would say Paul Heyman is lonely because he was just with the Visionless Vision, even if he's at his wit's end with them. But he is alone out here, so. But you never know when Brock's gonna pop out too, right? Paul, you're not hitting anybody. What are you going on about? I know that's, again, what Brock said last week, but you get the idea. Man, Oba's gotta win this one though, right? Like, he's gotta win the trilogy now. Listen to this dude. Just listen to the people. Listen to the people. All right, Paul Heyman's going through the accolades. The Brocktagon? I just don't like how we're calling it the Brocktagon. I mean, with all the ups and downs, you can see that, like, Brock and Paul are, like, super invested in this whole situation with Oba Femi. Like, you can tell that this is something that they're sinking their teeth into. And, like, that's when you know that we're locked in on something. Because this has been one of the more interesting things that we've been watching this year, to be honest. And again, I'm not a big Brock fan. I do like Oba, though. And just Paul Heyman's he's Paul Heyman. I finally got around to listening to the Paul Heyman interview with Chris Van Vliet. Go listen to that if you get, like, a couple of hours, because it's literally 2 hours long, but it's actually pretty good. I enjoyed it. Lots of little interesting nuggets. That's what I'm saying. He kind of got to him, because, like, again, like, Brock could have just left and we could have had it 1-1, but he could be like some of the more casual people that are like, yep, I'm here on the YouTube and I watch the clips. Some weeks you just have to do that. You got to take a break from time. Sometimes you just got to take a break from this stuff from time to time. You just have to. Paul's so nervous. Look at this man. See, he's calling him out. He's just calling him out on his nonsense. They never finish any of these stories on wrestling at this point. So, like, I hope that this is actually conclusive, but, like, where does Femi go after this? Like, I really mean it. Oh, snap. He's, like, really making it personal now. And Paul Heyman's like, I'm out of here! I'm out of here! He's like, I'm out of here. Oh, this is gonna get interesting. Wait, is this gonna be on night 1? Because they just said 3 weeks from Saturday it begins. So I don't know if that implies that this is on night 1 or not. Oh my goodness, there was a lot that just happened here. But Femi just continues to knock it out of the park. Paul Heyman just is Paul Heyman. So, I mean, everybody understood the assignment here. So I'm gonna give this a thumbs up. Alrighty, everybody, we've got Chad Gable and Dragon Lee teaming up for the very first time against Ethan Page and Rusev. And Ethan Page and Rusev, they've been fighting together for the last few weeks. So they've been a little team. Again, I don't know why they're a team, but I'm here for it. And then, of course, Chad Gable, he's continuing just defending the luchadors. That is his whole thing, and you love that. They also just showed, like, a little clip of, like, El Grande Americano at the World Cup, and, like, the people were super into him and everything. Wait a second here. I thought we were going to a break for a split second there. Like, we literally just got started with this match. Although I wouldn't rule that out, to be honest. There is a gauntlet match next week to determine Penta's opponent at SummerSlam, so that's exciting. Well, I mean, this is their 3rd tag team match, but they've been teaming up for weeks now, right? Oh my lordy. Did you just see that? That was some teamwork right there. That was some good teamwork right there from Chad Gable and Dragon Lee. Alrighty, everybody, we are back from the break. Yeah, I think that's an understatement. Rusev is in very much firm control here, and he was, like, screaming and borderline headbutting the camera during the break. Hey, I saw that. I saw that in the bottom right-hand corner. You were gonna try to do the little SummerSlam logo thing or whatever, and, like, it just disappeared. It was like, bloop. Yeah, he just, like, threw Chad Gable. But once again, I hope Chad Gable has something at SummerSlam. Like, I hope he's in a match or just something. That'd be great. That would be delightful. Alright, Dragon Lee is in. Ethan Page is also in. Dragon Lee just kicked Rusev. Went after Ethan Page there. Listen, if this is how we're getting Dragon Lee on our screens on a regular basis, I'm fine with it. Oh my god, did Rusev just, like, hit Dragon Lee's head to break up the pin? It looked like he just, like, hit him over the head, like, right there, like, to break up the pin like that. Oh, Chad Gable's right there. Chad Gable's right there. He just saved Dragon Lee. Well played, Chad Gable. Well played. Dragon Lee with the sneaky pin. Oh, no. Okay. I thought we were going to have a sneaky pin for the win there. I was going to say, I'm not sure. Can he go all the way across the ring? Because it looked like it was like at least 2/3 of the way across the ring there. Oh, the kick from Rusev. Oh, Dragon Lee just tapped out. And Rusev's not letting go. Well, hey, Rusev picked up the win for the team, so that's exciting. Oh, but Chad Gable's right there. Oh, Ethan Page. Joe Hendry! They had a little interview thing with him during one of the breaks too, and it was good. I'm like, let's go. Listen, I mean, this got Joe Hendry away from the Visionless Vision for now, so I'm fine with this. I think he's perfectly fine in this whole situation. When in doubt, just put them in the Intercontinental Championship picture. For the most part, I would say. Oh no! Did he just say break his back? He just said break his back. Yeah, like, because one referee totally helped out the last time, and now we've got 3 referees and a producer. Like, where was that energy earlier when the match ended? I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Okay, well, they finally got him off. Oh, he's back on Joe Hendry. And now there's Ethan Page. He's got him in a little bit of a headlock there. Again, I don't exactly know how we got to this point with Rusev and Ethan Page, but I kind of like this makeshift team together. But this was a decent little matchup. The crowd was getting into it. And I want to see what happens with this whole entire, like, Intercontinental Championship situation. So I'll give all this a thumbs up overall. Alrighty, everybody. We're in Chicago. Sami Zayn doesn't have an opponent because Cody got taken out. And Nick Aldis made the call to the opponent. So we'll have to see how that goes. Even though Nick Aldis is technically on administrative leave. So, like, that's a whole thing. I wonder who's going to come out. They're in Chicago, after all. There he is. Well, that was really dramatic. That was very dramatic. They, like, lifted up the, like, door and everything or whatever. Like, he's coming through the backstage area, and I don't trust anything. I'm not gonna trust anything until that man gets in the ring, and even then, I still can't trust anything. Mr. Punk is back in Chicago, not a surprise, but it is great to see Punk back. And I hope the man enjoyed his time off. Punk, this is the wrong title you need to be going after, because Roman's holding the title away from us. Although, to be honest, if the universe is universing, it appears to be that we'll have a whole situation with Gunther, Punk, Cody, and Sami possibly in this whole thing. Which, like, again, like we have been saying, we need bodies on SmackDown in that main event scene. We don't know when Randy Orton's gonna be back, so that's a whole thing. Or Drew, for that matter. So, I mean, like, those 6 alone, that would be a good main event scene right there. But then it's like, what happens over here on Monday Night Raw? I mean, you've got the Visionless Vision, you've got Roman, you've got Seth, you've got the Bloodline shenanigans, and you've got LA Knight. So, I don't know. Michael Cole, who is actually shocked? I'm not shocked. I'm just happy to see Punk back. Sami. Oh, Sami. I wish there was a timeline in which Punk and Sami were the world champions instead. That'd be great. Well, and like Oba's also floating around the title very vaguely on Raw. Very vaguely. And I say that because he's like in the whole Brock Lesnar situation. He won King of the Ring. And like Roman talked about him in like one of the post-show things or whatever for a moment there. So like he's floating up there, but he's not there yet. But yes, let's go ahead and have the SmackDown title main event Monday Night Raw. And I understand that in the lore, like Adam Pearce is running both shows so he can kind of get away with it. Like I understand that. And it's Chicago, so this makes sense knowing now what happens. Like no one's surprised at this. But yeah, there's that. Sami just went right for Punk there. A bit salty. Well, Sami's had to go a little heelish here just because like he understands his assignment a little bit. There we go. They're singing. We're gonna get Mr. Punk at SummerSlam. This is delightful. Oh, that was cool. I miss KO too, whoever has that sign. I miss Kevin Owens too. Man, in another universe, we really could have had Kevin versus Sami for the WWE Championship. Man, that hurts a little bit. I hate it here. Well, like, I mean, Punk's got the home field advantage just by being in Chicago. That makes sense. Punk, we wanted you to save us from Roman. Sami just literally won the title. Somebody get this title off of Roman, please. You need to bring everything and the kitchen sink to retain the title in Chicago against CM Punk. That's exactly what Sami needs. Yeah, but like at WrestleMania, he was taking on Roman Reigns in the main event of WrestleMania. That was a very different context to a world championship match in the main event of Monday Night Raw in Chicago. At least that's how I perceive it anyway. I could be totally wrong though. No, Punk's looking great. Punk just got Sami. It looked like Sami was gonna try to go and like dive outside the ring to Punk, but he didn't get to that point. And now Punk's going to the outside of the ring. Alrighty, everybody. We're back from the commercial break. And Sami's in firm control here. The people are booing for him because, well, CM Punk is the hometown hero. Why couldn't Punk just have gone for Roman's title? Because he would have had a case. I don't know if he has a case here other than Chicago. I'm just throwing that out into the wilderness, okay? I'm just saying. I like Punk. I just, if we're giving Seth a bunch of crap for getting a title opportunity at SummerSlam just because, we might as well be like, Punk, why didn't you just go for Roman yourself too? You know what I mean? But I mean, like, at the same time, like, it bamboozles me a little bit that it's like, here, we gotta have the phone calls in place to get a #1 contender, and it's like, okay, like, didn't we, like, start the show out with, like, kind of critiquing that too, right? Like, that whole situation with Seth and LA Knight once again, and I understand this was kind of more of, like, an open challenge or whatever, but it's kind of like, no, like they were trying to get a hold of people, and I'm like, okay, well, who are they trying to get a hold of? And it was Punk the entire time. So like, by that logic, shouldn't have somebody else went for it? I don't know. Like, it's confusing to me because we have all these opportunities, like King and Queen of the Ring. We have the Money in the Bank ladder match. We have the Elimination Chamber matches. We have the Royal Rumble matches and, like, different #1 contenders opportunities, like the next week, like, gauntlet match that we have for the IC title. And it's like, the World Championship, it's like, whee! And yet Liv Morgan still hasn't had a title defense yet. I gotta bring it up. I just have to. It's just, ugh. What a mess. And then, I mean, they kind of slowed down the Intercontinental Championship matches, which I can kind of appreciate, because, I mean, like, there's just so many people fighting for an opportunity for the title right now. This show is something else, y'all. This show is something else. Alrighty, everybody, we are back from the break. Punk and Sami are throwing everything and the kitchen sink at each other, seemingly enough. Oh, Punk almost had Sami, but Sami almost had Punk, and now Punk just kicked Sami. But, like, Michael Cole was onto something there. He was like, oh, yeah, like, years ago, these two were, like, just young, scrappy, independent wrestlers, and Well, now they're here. Oh, Punk. See, Sami took advantage there. Like, I see what I mean? Like, they just did the same thing with the SummerSlam graphics once again. It was like a quick bloop. Like in the bottom right corner. But like, I don't know where this is going, like, at all. But I also like how there's like a lot of people fighting for this thing. And then meanwhile, you got the Bloodline shenanigans where it's within the Bloodline. And Seth is like, everything's great. And he gets a title shot. Love that. There we go. Oh, I thought for a split second Sami was gonna counter there. I literally thought Sami was gonna counter right there because it looked like he was trying to like do something. I don't know what, but like it looked like he was like moving. There's the Anaconda Vice now. Oh no. Oh, I thought something was happening. They like zoomed in on the referee and I'm like, oh God, something's happening. I've become way too paranoid with all the shenanigans at this point. Probably. Oh, what's going on here? What's this counter? What's this counter? Okay, Sami. Okay. Oh, counter. Another counter. Another counter. Oh, there we go. Oh, I thought that was gonna be it. Man, we almost had another sneaky pin for the win. You know what? Regardless, they can't take this away from Sami Zayn. They can't take away the fact that Sami Zayn was a WWE champion. I'm proud of you, Sami. I'm proud of you. Listen, we've been pretty much on Sami's side, okay? From when he was an honorary Oos to now. At least here on the channel. I've always liked Sami. And I've always liked Punk. Punk has been one of my like original favorite wrestlers from my youth. Well played, Sami. Well played. See, it's like one of these situations where I'm just sitting back and just watching everything unfold because it's like I like Sami, I like Punk, and I want to see where this goes. I'm glad that they're getting a good amount of time for this match too. What does Punk need to do? What does Sami need to do? What do either of these dudes need to do? Oh, I think this is the first time that Sami's going for the haluva kick all match. Like I can appreciate that. It's the little things for me. Oh, Punk caught him. Oh, in the corner. In the corner. Oh my God, Sami! Sami! Oh, Punk kicked out. He literally hit another GTS, and he also, like, got the Blue Thunder Bomb on Punk right there. Sami's, like, going on about how he's the champ now, and, well, that's only lighting a little bit of a fire right there for CM Punk. I think so, too, Michael Cole. I think so, too. Oh! Oh! Punk hit the, like, knee in the one corner, and then as he was going into the other corner, then, like, Sami went for the haluva kick. Punk ducked out of the way, hit his own haluva kick, and Punk's got to go to sleep. Oh, and CM Punk's your WWE champion, even though we all agree he probably should have went after Roman, because that would have made way more sense. But, like, I mean, like, they called somebody in. Like, Punk technically has a case, right, because he's, like, a former champion, but he's not the former WWE champion. He's the former World Heavyweight Champion. You know, it's semantics, right? Oh yeah, almost 15 years ago when we had the iconic refrigerator photo with the title in the fridge. Why did it have to be Sami in this situation, man? I hate it here. Sami didn't even get one single successful title defense. Well, at least Sami made the most of it, but my God. Poor Sami. We appreciate you, Sami. We appreciate you. Literally, it was like right there though. They could have just ran it back with Punk and Roman or something for SummerSlam. Like, it would have been right there. Like, on one hand, I'm happy to see Punk with the title again, but this isn't the title I wanted him with. I just need this freaking title off of Roman at this point. They can do the Bloodline shenanigans without the title. Somebody else needs to have that title at this point. I'm tired. But nonetheless, CM Punk is your brand new WWE champion. I suspect we're probably going to get Punk and Cody at some point. No, Punk's like, I'll be home in 20 minutes. Truly living the dream. Winning the title, he gets to go home the same night. Love that. You know, I'm noticing a trend here where they keep talking about how everybody's worked hard and they've gotten to the championship and everything. There's only one person that they've been talking about with the whole hard work thing that hasn't won the world title yet. I'm just pointing this out here. It was earlier in the evening. We kind of went a little full circle. This was the theme here. Do we get 15 years later with the refrigerator? That's the $1 million question. It's only fitting, I'm just saying. Now, again, like the logic aside with how we got to this point, predictable, sure, but we had a good match, and once again, I just want Sami to have a longer title run next time. See, they just literally said that, like, oh yeah, hard work and all that, and then they just literally said on commentary, you can do whatever he wants. I'm noticing a trend around this show. There's a reoccurring theme here, okay? There's a reoccurring theme. Oh, God. Either way, just for the match alone, I'm going to give it a thumbs up because I really did enjoy the match. Again, we've been talking about the logic or the lack of logic throughout the show. So, like, there's that. But, yeah, again, kind of a predictable end to the show, but like the match was still really solid, and I just want Sami to win the title back. I want him to win a title back at some point. We're still proud of Sami Zayn for just having the title, and that's all. And now we're proud of Punk for getting the title, even though he should have went for the other title, but that's besides the point. Well, at least nature is kind of healing that Punk has a world title back, but now we gotta get the freaking title off of Roman now. That's just my opinion anyway. That's my opinion. Alrighty, overall, I thought we had a decent little episode this week. We had a lot of time in between matches. It felt like a lot of time in between matches to me anyway. I thought match of the night by far was the main event with Punk and Sami. Those two crushed it. I'm still a little bummed out that we couldn't get a little bit more time with Sami as WWE champion, but it is what it is. But it also kind of goes back. It's sort of a recurring theme, right? Like earlier in the evening, we had Seth start out the show, and then LA Knight popped down. He was like, "Why do you get a title opportunity?" I thought we had to earn title opportunities around here. At least Cody, like, he earned his title opportunity on Friday against Jay, right? So, like, even though he's a former champion, he still earned the opportunity. So maybe that's, like, how they're going to try to get Punk and Cody, like, in a match or something, because Cody could just be like, yeah, but, like, I earned an opportunity for the title, and you didn't. Like, maybe they're trying to do both threads on, like, on each show, right? And I feel like that might make some sense. I don't know. But, like, again, I thought the start of the show was good. I thought Seth was, like, bringing up some decent enough points. I don't think the crowd, like, fully bought into it necessarily. But, man, they were behind LA Knight once that dude came out. Because he was, like, basically saying what we've been saying over here. And, like, probably what a lot of people are thinking at home, right? Because it's like, okay, like, who decide, like, how do we figure out, like, who gets these title opportunities? Like, I thought that we had to win matches and stuff at this point. So I appreciated that. And just, these stupid groups just keep getting worse. I don't know how they keep getting worse, but they keep getting worse. So, like, essentially, like, they had a whole thing backstage, too, later on in the evening with, like, Jimmy leaving the building. LA Knight went after Jimmy as Jimmy was leaving the building. Then Jacob popped up from out of nowhere. I'm like, where was this dude earlier? Because, like, there was a moment where LA Knight was trying to find Jimmy and everything backstage. Where was Jacob to kind of stop him in the first place? I don't know. Then, of course, the stupid Vision just keeps being stupid at this point. Like, I don't know how this group keeps getting worse. And it's like, I'm all for, like, Maxxine joining the group, because at least, like, that continues the thing with Austin Theory or whatever. But I'm like, my God, this group just literally is the universe mode group. It's like, if I literally fired up the 2K game and be like, hey, throw a stable together, form a group, it would just do it. So now we got the stupid Vision back with the tag team. Basically, I just, Penta, please save us on this show at some point. You're like the one champion at this point I can tolerate on this show. Outside of the women's tag team titles at this point, because they're doing a good job, I think. Yeah, I think those were the main highlights this week, for me anyway. Femi just continues to crush it every single week. So yeah, like, the fans are, like, super behind Femi and still super behind LA Knight. So I think that's pretty safe to say. Nice to see CM Punk return and everything. I just want to see where all this goes heading into SummerSlam, because I'm just so suspicious of everything. I've been suspicious of everything for some time, but, like, again, I'm a little extra invested, probably because we're actually going to be going up there for SummerSlam this year, which is still crazy to even say out loud. On that note, let me know what you thought about this week's episode of Monday Raw down in the comments down below. Let me know what you think about the SummerSlam card so far. Leave some predictions and all of that good stuff. So there is that. Either way around, thank you all so much for tuning in, and I will see you all the next one.